You read the title. Epomaker Eclair75 was rightfully forgotten. Hey, I'm Squint, and welcome back to the video. About a year ago, I bought the Eclair75, or MMD75. And why am I bringing this keyboard up right now? Well, it was overshadowed by other ones that I purchased at the same time, and completely forgot it. Then recently I rediscovered it in my closet, and let's just say I kind of regret buying it after using it. You'll see why throughout this video, and supposedly it can be programmed with the Epomaker software and connect via Bluetooth and 2.4G dongle, and yeah, this keyboard looked great. This keyboard comes with north-facing LED and hot swap sockets, and of course the C-type USB. Oh wait, that looks like a QC fail right there. This keyboard comes with pretty good lighting. I like it. Oh, and the keyboard also comes with the adjustable feet. I can't really find the typing angle information on this keyboard, but I assume it's about maybe 4 to 5 degrees without the feet. Maybe it will increase to 7 to 8 degrees with the feet, but other than those, this keyboard actually looks pretty good. There's different curved lines and the color looks pretty good. It's not matted color that I like, but it looks shiny. It's got some gloss to it. I don't mind it. Now then, let's open up the keyboard and see what's inside, shall we? It looks like it was held by 4 screws in the back, and it's screwed to an upper case, it looks like. Then I kind of fought it for a few minutes to try to open up this stupid keyboard. It just wouldn't open it at all. I think there's some hidden screws somewhere. Then I was like, screw it, I'll just move on for now, and let's just see how this keyboard sounds as a stock. For the switches, I've got Echo's pre-lubed lavender. Reason to go with the pre-lubed is I'm just tired of lubing thousands of different switches personally. And turns out Echo's pre-lubed is pretty good. Pretty good. I've seen the reviews and they are pretty good. I also trust Echo's product a lot, and their switches have never failed me yet. With their amazing performance for the price, it's really no-brainer. I will give you guys my thoughts on these switches later when I start typing. And with the movie magic, I've got all the switches in place now. You don't need to see me putting the switches on the keyboard. You've probably seen those types of video way too many times anyway. Oh wait, this video is way too fast paced. Oh, we're now into keycaps? Wow, drop. Yes, I like drop products too, yeah. Especially their new profile DCX. Feels really high quality in your hands. It looks as beautiful as a GMK designer's keycaps. And the best part about it is that you don't need to wait to buy one. There's no group fight for it, it's just in stock. Yeah, it's great. If you have never shopped at Drop before, there's a 10% off code in the video description box. Use that code and get 10% off. It will help you and me. This keycap is called Drop DCX Camillo. I first bought this design in MT3 profile, but MT3 profiles are just a little too high-pitched for me, so I wanted to try them out in DCX again. Oh my, wait, the stab sounds horrible in this keyboard. This just has an awful spacebar stabs. That is not good. I'll try to bring them to live though. But listen to this spacebar, it's just so awful. With other keycaps in, here's the look of the keyboard. I think the keyboard definitely wins the look department. I mean, it has a pretty pleasant aesthetics to it. Only problem is, this keyboard actually sounds pretty bad. I know that I didn't do any modifications, but I mean, this keyboard, I'm seeing it now, is close to $100 nowadays. Like $100, that's crazy for this keyboard. How about a Drop Sense 75? I mean, I know it used to be $200, but it's been 50% off for now, like 2 weeks. Even the GMK Pro, it goes on sale somewhat often, and it's down to $120 now. Okay, well, I mean, yes, they're on sale right now, but how about Echo's new product, 5075S? That supports a VIA. It's a 75% keyboard. It's a gasket mount, and it's so friendly to modification too. I mean, this keyboard is just not worth $100. And let's talk about the program as well. Epomaker themselves don't even support this keyboard anymore. No matter what I do, this this keyboard just doesn't get recognized in the Epomaker's program. Also, the 2.4 wireless method has some sort of a weird latency. Since it doesn't happen too often, it's kind of hard to put it on a recording, but the games are non-playable on this keyboard. Overall, I'm just not satisfied with the board and the case. It sounds way too hollow, it sounds way too plasticky. It just doesn't working out that well. Now the switches, on the other hand, it feels pretty good to type on. The tactility of the lavender switches are very sharp and strong. I'm a linear gang, but this tactile switches are pretty fun to type on. At a relatively lightweight 36 gram of force to operate the switches, it doesn't hurt my fingers as much as a Holy Panda's does, and it gives me a pretty nice, satisfying bottom-out feeling. The keycaps are also amazing. It's a thick double-shot ABS and carries a slight bit of a higher pitched sound when you're typing on it, but if you're used to GMK products, it feels just like it actually. Now I want to disassemble this keyboard. As a keyboard enthusiast, I want to make this keyboard sound good. For me to do that, I really need to get inside of the case. After watching a couple videos of other people reviewing it, my intuition was correct. There are 2 hidden screws behind the adhesive rubber feet. Just why? I don't understand why there had to be 2 hidden screws underneath of those rubber feet. Just don't even attach them when you're sending it if you're going to be putting the screws under there. It just doesn't make sense. There are plenty of keyboard companies that sends these keyboards without those attached. Okay, let's calm down and open this keyboard up. We're going to find a thin layer of foam under the keyboard, and personally it's just not going to do anything. There is no point of keeping this foam inside of the keyboard, so I'm just going to take it out, and in between the PCB and the plate there is a EVA foam, it looks like. And I'm also having a problem with the screws that attaches PCB and the plate together. I've been noticing the screws that they use for this keyboard are just way too soft. If I don't use the right size screw, the head will definitely be destroyed and you'll just never be able to open up the keyboard. Unless you use the drill like me to literally drill out the screw. Like, what is this? I've never ever had to do this on any other keyboards before. Alright. Let's calm down. We'll be fine. I had a few list of mods I wanted to do for this keyboard. To fill up the hollow sound of the board, I just used a silicone to just make it not hollow. And I also wrapped the PCB with the foam pouch to reduce the direct impact on the switches to the board. And lastly, I'm going to try to save the stabilizers by lubing them. Then I'll be attaching the rubber feet again, but with the silicone, which probably I will not be opening this keyboard up anymore again. So yeah, that's the modifications for this keyboard. Let's just go ahead and run the sound test again. Okay, so what do I think about it after the modification? Jokingly, I kinda want to grab my switches and the keycaps out and throw this keyboard away. This keyboard has no potential to be a good daily keyboard. Supposedly, it has a software support that doesn't even exist. 2.4 gig dongle has some sort of a lag occasionally, and it's really frustrating to use. Only thing that works out pretty well is the RGB and the volume knob. It's a shame, because this is a beautifully designed keyboard. We'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching.